was basically the graphing, the redaction of the function, and video editing. I consider my contribution being important because based off the graphs and function, my team was able to make the mathematical and statistical analysis of the data and make the predictions of the behavior of the weather in the next months in our state, which was basically the issue the entirety of the activity revolved around. I think a strategy that helped us a lot was time management, because even though there were a couple of sessions when we were feeling sleepy or tired, we promised to not let work days pass us by and actually deliver our parts of the activity the schedule asked us to, which helped us to not feel pressure with the amount of time we had left to deliver the final product. And when we would contribute with ideas, we all tried our best to incorporate them with the work vision we had already. Like when we suggested the work management for everyone, even though it was not the most balanced, we still could manage to find a way to give everyone a part they were eager to commit with that didn't left others with much more or much more little to do. And overall, I think the part I contributed with most had the same amount of importance my peers had, equally as valuable and with an equal amount of simplicity, and that helped us to make us all as individual workers all equally indispensable in the final result, which I think it's a very important thing for an activity like this to do, and an important part of working with others, with contributing with others. Think that this school and this kind of activities makes us and leaves us with. And yeah, that's it.
My individual collaboration was important during this activity because when we divided the project so that it wasn't a lot of work for only one person in the group, we decided that everybody had to do something that they were kind of familiar with. Like for example, Fer made some of the investigation as well as Ari, so they have a lot of experience doing investigations and stuff. On the other hand, I got to make some Excel tables of information, and I have done that before, so it was easier for me to do that. Meanwhile, I don't know if another classmate had done it, maybe he didn't have that much experience and it would have been quite more difficult, so it was easier that we divided it so everybody had something to do that wasn't so hard for them to do, so it was easier to realize. The strategies to achieve the goal set by the team were having a very nice and clear organization about how we were going to divide the project. That was the main thing, I believe, because once we divided who was going to do what, everything else was easier because we only had to worry about finishing our part in order for the rest of the project to be complete. What did you do when one of your teammates contributed with ideas? Well, I encouraged them. I believe that having more ideas and more ways of solving a problem is always something positive. So when someone else had a new idea that maybe would make everything easier, it was always welcomed. It was always like, okay, bring your idea, we'll see how we get to incorporate it with what we already have. To achieve the team goal, what was my contribution? Well, as I said before, we divided the project, so once I finished my part, I asked my teammates if they needed help with something else, and they did need help. Like for example, with the references, we were lacking a few. So on the last day of the project, I began researching for new sources so that we had more content, so it was more complete. So yeah, that was my contribution.
So my individual collaboration was important because I did the charts and the demographics, and with that my teammates and I wouldn't be able to finish the activity. So I feel like we all did something that connected with another part of the activity. So without one, we couldn't do the other one. So everyone's collaboration was important during this activity. The strategies to achieve the goal was organization and a lot of communication. We always asked each other if we were okay doing this, or if they agreed with us in something, in an idea, or the way we did a part of the activity. When a teammate contributed with ideas, we discussed it, and everyone said their personal opinions, and after that we agreed if it was like a good idea and accepted idea by the team, and continue with it. My contribution was a lot of communication and listening for my teammates, and finishing, like I said, the charts and all the things that we had to do.